Hey guys, welcome back to the hardcore world. In this episode, we have three big things that we want to get done. We want to make major progress on the Cathedral, obviously, as that is the main project. Oh, that tree just grew. That is the main project we're working on right now. And to complete that, we're going to have to make a Guardian farm, since the roof has a lot of prismarine blocks in it. So we're going to go build up the Guardian farm today. I already found an ocean monument that's pretty close, and it should be pretty simple to do. And there are a couple of farms that we're really needing right now, including a gold farm, mainly for XP, and of course gold for piglin trading, and a creeper farm. So I'm counting creeper farm and gold farm kind of the same category. One thing I was doing this weekend was finishing up this storage system. I still need to put in a couple of blocks, but we finally have this thing mostly at full capacity. I'm probably going to switch around the blocks on the top level a little bit. Right now I just have a couple of the main blocks that I had floating around in my storage system that I used most. But it's all subject to change. In any case, this area is 90% finished now. We just need a couple of little tiny things and it'll be perfectly finished. But for now, I'm going to call this good for today. I think we should start off this episode by building up the Guardian farm. And I think we're going to go with a third-person time-lapse, which I don't usually do. But since I'm not going to be live streaming myself making this farm, I figured a third-person time-lapse might be kind of fun. And we don't usually do those, so that would be a nice change of pace. This farm is by Shulkercraft. It's a very simple, no-drain Guardian farm that is super efficient for how easy it is to make. So go check out Shulkercraft in the description if you want to see the tutorial for how this farm was made. So, let's go build up the Guardian farm. Alrighty, and then I just removed the dirt, and this thing was all done. Kind of one kind of embarrassing thing. I accidentally built the AFK platform about 5 blocks too high at first, so we have this kind of goofy looking thing going on. But I accidentally towered up from the top of the portal instead of from the bottom of the portal, so we had to move it down a couple blocks. But anyway, this thing is such a great farm. This farm was incredibly quick to make. One thing I've noticed is I've made this farm before, and it seems to be doing better in this world than my last one. I don't know if I just kind of messed up the AFK platform distance or what, but it definitely seems to be functioning a little bit higher than the last time I built it. And I also noticed that I'm getting a lot of squid spawns in there, which is really good for me because I need tons of black dye, you know, for various builds and stuff. But anyway, I'm really happy with it. I mean, it's nothing special, just all credit goes to Shulkercraft. But one interesting thing is that we have another ocean monument right there, which originally I was considering doing a double Guardian farm, because I think they're within 200 something blocks of each other. So if we had the AFK platform in the middle, we could get slightly reduced rates, but since it's literally 2 farms, I think it would be considerably better yield than 1 farm. But I think we're gonna actually do some cool like aesthetic build with that one, maybe drain it or something. I don't know. I have no plans as of yet, but I think we'll do a useless build over there at some point. And now we have this beautiful Guardian farm. So let's pop into the nether side and see how the yields are, because I am a little bit curious how they will compare to the one I built in my last world, because it definitely visually looks like it's a lot more efficient. Anyway, up here on the nether roof, we just have this really a simple kill chamber. I think I was AFKing there for about like 10 minutes or so, and oh my goodness, that is ridiculous. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is a lot of prismarine for very little AFKing. Oh, and as you can see, we still have some items filtering through there. But for now, let's hop over to the overworld and get a montage going of all the work I've gotten done over the past week on the Cathedral, over live on twitch.tv/SorenDubskii. So, roll that montage. Oh, how I wish I could name tag wandering traders. This guy just decided to spawn right up here, which I think is pretty funny. Alright, and that's where we are now. We managed to get a ton of progress done on this bad boy. I decided to only build up one side of this thing because we ran out of prismarine on stream, and I didn't feel like building too much of this off stream. So, we got the whole front of this thing pretty much complete this week, other than basically anything with that palette right there. We only managed to get one of the spires done. That is pretty much that. One thing we are going to work on a little bit more this episode is building some trees out front and kind of getting a little bit of a courtyard set up. There's all sorts of stuff I want to add here, like a reflecting pool and a fountain, but I want to get some of the landscaping done this episode. And one of those things is putting in some custom trees. I really like this custom tree design. Basically, we're in completely vanilla Minecraft, but it almost looks modded because of the flowers in the tree, which I'm sure you can guess how it was done. We just have some dirt blocks hidden here behind some leaves and the peony flowers, which they look a little bit different with default textures. I'm using a texture pack that also makes the leaves bushier. But with bushier leaves, this thing really does kind of look like it's just a flowering tree. So as you can see, it doesn't look quite as good. I would probably change the placement on a couple of these leaf blocks if I played without a texture pack, but it still looks really cool with vanilla textures. And obviously, because this window starts so high up, we're not blocking anything. So I think that's the reason why I decided to go with trees rather than something like bushes that wouldn't be quite as high profile. Because I think it just kind of frames the cathedral nicely and takes up some of that open space that isn't particularly being used for anything. So, now, why don't we build up a couple more of these trees, and you can kind of see the effect I'm going for. Alright, I built up one more tree, and honestly, I kind of want to wait until I do some of like the reflection pool and fountain and stuff in the middle before I build out more trees, because I'm not totally sure if I actually want this same style of trees coming all the way over to the ends. So I think we're gonna leave it there for this episode, but I definitely think even those two trees definitely kind of frame the cathedral very nicely, and I'm glad I added them. But maybe next episode we'll start building up, you know, kind of an area in front of here, and then we can decide what we want to do with the landscaping coming all the way out to this village. So I think that's about where we're gonna leave this episode, because I know I mentioned that we were gonna do a gold farm and a creeper farm, but I did end up doing a creeper farm, but it's not very interesting. So I'll go show you guys a little bit of it, but it's not particularly interesting to see because it's just, you know, hidden in the wall. You know, it's just this thing, just these two chests, and some terrible redstone. The torch tower going up, attached to some dispensers that dispense some water over in a creeper spawning platform, and just push them off over into the killing chamber. So it's not exciting. And we didn't quite get to finish the gold farm. I definitely started on the gold farm, but it's not quite functional yet. And I think that's just where we're going to leave it for today. And then we will finish it up next week. And I might even finish it up over the weekend. Again, it's not a very interesting farm design. So yeah, that's about it for this episode. We got a lot done. This thing is getting ridiculous. I think we're going to have to go a little bit further away for the F5 outro if we want to get the whole thing in frame. And yeah, I think that's about where we're going to leave this episode. I really appreciate you guys watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.